Whoa! Whoa! Oh! It's tough because any redesign is going to be an uphill battle because they're making something so iconic. Yeah, it's going to be... There's going to be, you know, people with just like the aesthetic, they like the old version better, and that's totally completely fair. But inevitably, making a remake, something's going to have to change. When I first saw it, I was kind of like, oh, I like that the outfit's the same. I do like that a lot. They look, like, really similar to the old versions. James's outfit is a little different, but it's very dad bod, so I dig it. Yeah, a lot of stuff in the background, like, it feels like they studied it and paid a lot of attention. Inevitably, I got the hiccups, sorry. There will still be people that, like, it's not going to work for them, and that's valid, and that's fine. Inevitably, you're not going to be able to please everybody with a remake. And some folks, I think, you just have to accept that for you, it may not work. And just enjoy playing other things. Yeah, merch, that's one good thing. New fan works, new YouTubers getting into Silent Hill. Like, it's going to be a great renaissance for the series, for it to actually have new shit again, and for people to, like, get into the series. I'm excited for, like, Silent Hill to be played by, like, Markiplier or Jacksepticeye. Can you imagine what that would do for little channels like me to have Silent Hill associated with a name that big? I mean, I make more money whenever a Silent Hill transmission happens. It's only happened once so far, but knock on wood, I made a lot more money. And I didn't even make videos that month because I was really sick. It was like nuts how much more money my channel made just because the search term went up, the algorithm went up, because the way YouTube works, it has to have a good algorithm for you to make money, you know? New Silent Hill Theory channel's gonna pop off, right? It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna really enjoy it. And whatever you don't like or don't enjoy, just erase it from your experience. That's the thing that I love about the internet and YouTube and places. Like, you can just curate your experience. Block the things that bring you no joy. Ignore them. I ignore so many things and just enjoy the parts I like. And that's my jam. From my brother, who also works in ambulance. He does the wham bam, the wee woo wee woo. Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's gonna be fun. Whatever the games turn out to be, it's just gonna be fun to talk about Silent Hill again and have folks to talk about it and stuff. I've been doing this since 2010, so not like professionally. I was in college and I was making videos for fun, and like once every 6 months I would post a Silent Hill symbolism. I wrote a lot more back then. I had a Tumblr blog about video games, and I wrote some things, some of which were interesting and some of which were not. You could probably still find them out there on Tumblr somewhere, but they're hard to find because Tumblr's search system is a clusterfuck. I'm just glad. I don't know, because Silent Hill's just been something that's, like, always resonated with me so hard. And Final Fantasy's one that's also done that. But Final Fantasy's never gone anywhere. Even if, like, my favorite games have kind of, you know, whatever. The series as a whole has lived on. And Square Enix, one thing they are definitely good at is keeping their properties alive and doing merch and events and movies and, you know, things like that, where Konami just kind of, like, let that die. And so seeing this come back is great. I really wish more video game companies and video game artists, creators kept that stuff alive, because it's difficult for games, because it's not like a book where you can just, like, go to the store and buy it and read the book and now you're into it and folks can go talk about it and write about it. Like, games have so many more hurdles to overcome, so it's so much harder to keep that discussion and interest alive, because you gotta have the time to play it. You gotta be talented enough to play it. You gotta have the system to play it on. You gotta have a working copy of the game. If you can't buy it, you gotta know how to do the illegal stuff to get it. And it's like, having enough people to do that for a game often enough to keep that game alive with new people and artwork and writing and videos is, like, so hard. And Silent Hill was dying. I feel like 2018, 2019, it was, like, gasping breaths. It was really bad. And now it really feels like I'm seeing so much more art. I mean, like I was saying, at the convention I was at this weekend, I've noticed over the last few years, like, horror and Silent Hill in particular has died, and then Resident Evil was making this really big comeback, and then this year, I found 4, I think, different artists that had Silent Hill stuff. Multiple stuff. Not just, like, big famous stuff, but, like, Silent Hill 4 art, and this Henry I got. And, you know, Voltiel stickers. Like, shit, I hadn't seen at conventions in years. It was kind of crazy, and it's because Silent Hill's relevant again. I love that. Yeah, Ascension's a bizarre flagship for a series that's just coming back. Yeah! God, Ascension is so... I can only think that it was, like, when they were, like, in the board meeting talking about how they wanted to revive this property they had, and they, you know, had different flagship ideas of, like, we're gonna work on this, we're gonna work on that. What if we did, you know, this? It's like, okay, fine. And that just happened to be the thing that finished first, because it's probably one of the less complicated things as far as, like, I don't know, game making. I don't know. God, what a mess. I knew it was gonna be a mess. It's really great. I don't know. It's just such a unique blend of features. It's that spark that I was talking about earlier. It's got that spark, and I'm glad that there's folks still kind of keeping that flame going. Whether it'll fizzle out again, or whether all the fires will actually burn and not just explode in a terrible mess of why you thought a live stream project was gonna be good. I would love to hear more about what the thought was behind Ascension. I would love to know more. That's Okamoto. That's the new general producer. It's so crazy to me that, like, we went from nothing for almost 10 years to we get our own Nintendo Directs now for just Silent Hill. What other game series has that? I don't think any. I don't think any games, like, they don't do that for Final Fantasy. I thought so. It's gonna focus on Silent Hill 2 because it's coming out this year, and the movie is associated with 2. I thought so. We're probably not gonna see a lot of the others. I was really, like, I wanted there to be F info, but I doubt we're gonna see anything. Oh, man. I've also, the quality of the video is very low because when I was having trouble with the stream, I tried turning it down. There, that looks better! Don't say it that way. People will take that the wrong way. Don't do that. Oh, it was Big J's! Oh, man. I love groovy music! Oh, I do love groovy music. I'm so glad. And somebody pointed out on Twitter, because some of the images leaked from the YouTube video, that
this whole town was our special place.
That's literally from 4, isn't it? Maria!
You promised you'd take me there again someday. But you never did.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Are they gonna show us more of the town? Yeah, Mary's new voice was It's like, it feels like they definitely tried to imitate the original voices. And I don't know, it would be a thing to try and find the original people. Not all of them are still involved in voice acting, I don't think. And also James's voice actor has been a total shithead, and like, I could see why they picked new people. But I think it's neat that it kind of sounds similar.
Hey, wait.
Okay, that looked a little weird. I don't know if that was my computer glitching again, but it looked like it skipped a frame. That might have been my computer. This all looks lovely, though. Yeah. It does. Oh, man. I can't wait for more, like, Downpour-esque just walking around town and finding weird shit. Because all the games had some of that, but Downpour added so much. Oh, man. That was my favorite part about Downpour. This looks like it might have some of that, where you can, like, walk in and find things. Oh, the radio's in a new place. Oh, same idea, though. Oh, bondage gear! They've unleashed Ito! They have unleashed him! They said, create whatever weird shit you want. Put it in bondage gear. That looks like a zipper on his back. And his front, it looks like. Am I wrong in thinking that looks like bondage gear? Oh my god. And the legs look more like high-heeled a little. I like the new version of the monsters. So far, every version I've really liked. It looks neat. And a lot of them kind of look like what I feel like some of the kind of cutting floor ideas or some of the inspirations they had originally. Like, Ito talked about wanting to have, like, thigh highs or stockings at one point, I think. And I know he talked about wanting the heads to shatter when they shot him, and they couldn't do it. He was talking the other day about how graphical limitations led to different versions of things in the game. Like, Pyramid Head having 2 fingers like that was a graphical limitation. They could only have so many, like, finger bones and stuff. He explains it on Twitter. I don't exactly know how all that works, but, like, that's why he had 2 fingers. It was a limitation. Surprisingly horny monster design, I like it. You know he had to. You know he had to. Barneely's. That's kind of neat. That's very, Oh, that's cool. That's very, like, It is not what it seems. Another side hidden behind the rest. Thin as paper, sometimes just there. That's cool that, like, it integrates the, like, looking at items system. Laura! Makes it more, like...
What you got there?
None of your business.
Oh, I can't think of the word.
You didn't love Mary anyway.
What?
And that sounds like Laura. They've done a good job of trying to keep to the feeling of
How
it.
do you know her name?
That's a new line. But a good thought, because how? They didn't ever address it in the original. Maria! It looked like she was still basically in the same hospital. I was reading the bottom. Looked like she was in the same outfit.
Where did she go?
Oh no! It is a little different.
Let's look around.
They didn't copy the Christina Aguilera outfit exactly. I kind of like that, though. That looks kind of neat. I like the belt. I dig it. The Christina Aguilera outfit was a little bit dated. The leopard print was a little bit dated.
More than the other places we've been.
Oh, man. God, this looks so good. Like, I want this. This looks really good. Oh, they're adding more stuff. More, explory, findy, notey things. Because last time you just found the patient folders. And in this one, it looks like you gotta dig for them. She lost the tattoo. I don't know. It was a little quick. Well, you're right, because we can't see the tattoo because she's wearing a full dress. That's true. Pour one out for the tattoo. Pour one out. I like the look, though. It's just, it's like professional woman, almost. I don't know, like... Singing? Is that Laura? Oh, more scenes with Laura. Her graffiti has spread to other buildings in town.
Wait!
It's okay. We don't want to hurt you.
I like that Maria's actually interacting with Laura. I mean, Laura's not interacting with her. We have no clue that Laura could have seen her, but Maria was there with us when we saw Laura. In the other game, she was only ever, like, secondhand. She would say, oh, I lost her. You know, she clearly saw her, but we never saw Laura with Maria. I wanted Maria to look... Yeah, I get you. I feel you. But I get why they changed it. For one, the leopard print, I think, would have gotten some comments from, like, people not involved in the original game. Would have been like, what? I don't know. That just feels like so early 2000s. I don't hate it. I like it. But I can see why you wish it was, you know, it is definitely understated. That noise was cool. She grabbed the pipe! Am I wrong? Did she grab it? Can they block? The noises are grotesque. They're almost babyish. Which, when you think about Ito saying the faces of the nurses were meant to look like the babies that he and Mary never had, the noises sound so much like the original game. It's like they sampled the game. I like how understated the item system is. I don't know, it feels very integrated. And the shotgun, of course. I really like this system. It's very subtle. They're really playing to the, what's-his-face's idea from the Imamura. He wanted very little gamey elements on screen. They've really followed that. That's cool. I like that movement. Oh, I saw something move in the door. Wonder how long they intend to have the game be. Oh, the movement's cool. And the weird green ooze is back. If I remember correctly, early demos of the game, the green portions were actually red, and it's likely they would change green as part of censorship or like rating concerns. But I'm glad they kept some of the green ooze just as like a homage. Yeah, I wonder what they're gonna do about Born from a Wish. It feels like such a shame to ignore, but I don't know if they'd include it as the original vision. I don't know. Would they do it as a DLC where you gotta buy it later? I don't know. Yeah, I think Laura's really good. So far, I've loved the voices. And... Oh! Oh! So cool! So cool! So good. It's kind of a shame that they're showing us so much of this, but I feel like they are doing it because they know they have a hard sell. That they have to convince so many people, no, listen, please, listen. You know, we've really, really tried to make something true to the original game. Yeah, I wish more of this was gonna be a surprise, but I feel like they can't, they have to convince people to buy in. Oh, good. Bonus content. Pre-order bonus content and different editions of the games because, of course. I don't hate that. Just doing goofy little extra costumes isn't so bad. For, you know, whatever. And there's a deluxe version because, of course. Pizza box. You get art book and soundtrack. Okay. I wish it was an actual physical art book and soundtrack. So he was actually the concept artist and not just he did the concept art. So he was the artist on the game. Or one of. So they actually worked on the game. They didn't just oversee the game. I feel like, am I missing something? Or was it like implied in the past like they were overseeing the project but they weren't involved? Ito drew the art. Ito drew the concepts. So he was involved in the game. So it is a work with the original team and new team. And 48-hour early access. I guess none of that's unforgivable, but I hate how much, you know, capitalism! Stick on all the shit! I like when games have soundtracks and art books, but I want them to be physical! Yeah, and they're all downloads. You can't get, if you pre-order it, you have to get download versions. You can't get physical. Nope. Physical. That effect is really cool. I like that a lot. I want to look up these names. I want to know what else these folks have worked on.
So I'm Luke Roberts, and I'm playing...
Oh, James is jacked!
Silent Hill 2.
My name moments of the original.
Oh, the angel of the door! Oh, man. So far, I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm gonna guess the rest is gonna be, movie, and then probably merchandise, and then that'll probably be it. Are we gonna get a release date for the movie that I don't entirely care about? I mean, I enjoy the movies, they're fun. The first movie is what got me into Silent Hill, so props, but...
I came to adapt Silent Hill 2.
I just don't know that this man's gonna be able to write this, relationship. Oh yeah, you can say they're the first four, of course.
Very transgressive piece of art. The second game is the most adult of all to Silent Hill. It's a story of James Sunderland. He has lost his beloved bride. And
The most adult? What does that mean? Just because it's about a married couple? I don't like this man. I'm sorry. I don't like this man. I do props to the practical effects, and he uses so many practical effects and monsters in his stuff, and I'm hoping that they continue that. Yeah, a lot of red flags in this man. I mean, this is the guy that said Harry couldn't be a man because he had to be a woman because he loved his daughter. But I mean, it looks like the practical stuff, like, I dig the practical shit that he does. I am very pleased with, like, the fact that there are still film directors doing monsters with, like, practical effects in the modern day, which is great. I just think his opinions on women are really weird. And men! His opinions on gender are very strange. And the most adult game, I'm still wrapping my thought, it literally has to just be because it's about a married couple. There's this idea that, like, the most mature adult kind of narrative is the married couple. The married man, really. Like, that's the most human narrative. I don't know. There's some dudes that, like, that's the only thing they identify with, and I don't get it. Good. Thank you. That is gonna be cool. I will enjoy the hell out of that. I'll just ignore the romance. I'll just ignore that part. Yeah, Heather fighting against being forcibly impregnated, like, that's one of the most upsetting. I find that game so much more upsetting and human, and I mean, it's a narrative that, for me, hits so close to home because of its themes, and I do not... Silent Hill 2 does very little for me. I mean, the narrative about physical illness and the slow like that death, that loss of a family member, obviously I've talked about that hurt, but I'm not married. I don't care. Like, I don't have a partner. I'm not interested. Like, so for me, the narrative just never hits as closely, and, you know, that's fine. Every person, every game story is gonna resonate with people differently, but to just say that, like, this is the most adult game, like, and by adult you mean, like, the most mature, the most artistic, the most valuable. Like, that's the coded word. Sure, Del Toro would have made an amazing... Ah! I will buy that first day. I will buy that immediately. I will buy that. It's amazing. I love it. And thank you for donating. I want this. I want this. I literally thought over the weekend, I was like, I want Silent Hill Nendos. Oh my god. I just smacked myself in the face. I'm fidgeting. I can't stop. I want that! That's so cute! Pyramid Head Nendo! I mean, I want more merch that's not Pyramid Head because he's so iconic and it's easy and so everybody does it. But a Pyramid Head Nendo is adorable. Oh! That's cool! I would not have expected. That is cool! Okay! I mean, sure. Interesting. It's funny, like, this is kind of, yeah, what Silent Hill, like, I know of so many people that are Silent Hill fans and collectors, and, like, they collect the weird shit, the, like, weird objects and fan-made stuff. This is right up their alley. I literally have a Lakeview Hotel keychain from a couple years back. The Seal of Metatron I would totally get. They're bringing the jacket back. I missed the jacket the first time. I don't know that I'll get it this time either. It's probably gonna be like 80 bucks. But I will get that Nendo. I love little cute figurines. I love I mean... I love Nendos! It's neat that they're doing like weird little esoteric things that diehard fans would recognize. Ooh, I like the James Punishment t-shirt. Swim trunks! Oh, I didn't expect this. So far, the Nendo is like the thing I have to get. Good job, game. Good job. 2.5. Good job. I enjoyed you. Like, Ito cooked again. Always. He's always cooking. He cooked again. Yeah, F and Townfall. I have a feeling F and Townfall were not that far along in production since all we saw was very short, like, story trailers, and they were just announced as part of, like, to have in the transmission, and it'll probably be like a couple years before we see them. It's real! There'll be a real Silent Hill game on a shelf in stores soon. I mean, this is kind of what I figured it would be, but I was hoping they would surprise me. I am excited that there is a release date for realsies. And like I said, everything we've seen so far, I've been digging. That's not to say it couldn't, you know, go horribly in one direction, but there's no reason that it can't be amazing either. Nothing so far has made me like, ugh. You know, typically, you see a few trailers, you see some interviews, whatever, you kind of get the vibe of, like, whether or not you're gonna enjoy something. And so far, this game seems like my thing. It seems great. Seems like I'm gonna enjoy it. I am very sad about F, because that's the one that, like, that looks cool, but I have a feeling it'll be a few years. F's in the chat for F. Sorry for the scuffed stream, but as I was saying earlier, my stream service just crashed on me, so I downloaded OBS, and I guess I'm gonna have to figure out what's wrong with that and fix that. Release date! Yay! That was short. Yeah, but I mean, like, it's a announcement show for a single game series, which is still wild to me. Like, who else does? Pokemon, I guess. Pokemon does that, probably. I think. Pokemon has. But Pokemon's like Pokemon. That's like the biggest thing in the world. And then over here we got Silent Hill. Like, it's kind of crazy to me still that this is a thing that happens. But it's kind of what I figured. Silent Hill 2 was going to be the big thing, and the movie, because it's tied into 2. And now we have a release date, and so now they're kind of building up anticipation and trying to get people interested in it, and trying to convince diehard fans. They're trying to buy in the old generation that's not certain you can remake this game. And that's why they're showing so much of it. Like, they've shown so many cutscenes and dialogue and stuff that I feel like I wouldn't want most games to show, but they're doing it to show how much they have stayed true to the original, and they're really showing their hand on a lot of things to show that they have paid attention. And it's kind of a shame they have to do that, but I get why they're doing it. And they sold me. They sold me. I'm into it. I dig it. I will buy that. I don't know that I'll buy digital super 2-day extra garbage, but yeah, I'm excited for this game, and I think it'll be fun. And like I said, whether or not it's good or bad, we'll have a fun time playing it together, and it'll be great to have new people into the series and hanging out and making friends and new people. It's always good. Always good. Anyway,